Good morning, everyone. And how are you? Once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. We appreciate you guys coming on, and we'll do Q&A Friday. So as you get your notifications here we go. And Brahim, you're number one on the hit parade this morning. Mike from Norland. Elena, how are you? And Lisa, good morning to you. And let's see here. Brahim's drinking coffee. John, Elgin, Illinois. Lisa, how is you? And Jude from Troy, New York. Thanks for coming on, guys. Sherry. And Elaine, how are you? And Darlene. Okay, we'll just wait and say hello. Amber from New Jersey, how are you? Rosalinda, Niagara Falls. Yes, and John from Elgin, Illinois. Nick from our staff, good morning. Kevin, Oshawa, good morning to you. Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Nelly, good morning to you. And Rolly from England. How are you, Rolly? Frida, Donna, Park Hill, good morning. And Fran, Orangeville, all our dear friends to the program. We appreciate you guys. Yvonne, Petawawa, and okay, was that Alan and Cher from Ottawa? Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Etta, good morning to you. Joanne de Quebec, bonjour. And Leslie and Wendy up in the clouds. Lisa Marie, good morning. And Crystal. Guys, I got to run this morning, so we're going to go quick. And I don't think I'll get to all the questions. Hi, Vonda from PEI and Milika from Stouffville. We appreciate Linda. We love those Lindas. Barbara from Thetford. Okay, let's get to the questions, guys. We got lots of them. And we'll see here. Okay, where's those questions? There they are. Okay. Dale is asking about grounding sheets. Well, look, I've read a lot about them, never have tried them personally. I don't mind the idea of grounding. I understand, it's really not my expertise. And I got to be honest with you, I'm trying to think of, I think I did have some patients that tried the grounding sheets, but I got no problem with it. I'm not 100% sure it's worth the price, but hey, I got no problem with it, Dale. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of experience with it in my practice. Even grounding, you take your shoes off and walking. I like walking on the beach with those shoes on. Is that good for you? Well, mechanically, I think it's good for your arches. Anyway, I get the electron things inside. I don't know. I just haven't had a lot of experience with it patient-wise to give me, the real feedback that I used to like in practice. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. Claude. Blood supply issues to her toes. I guess you're speaking about someone else. Well, that can be a couple of things. I've seen thyroid issues cause that. Could have issues with circulation and peripheral artery. I mean, you got to eliminate all that. If she doesn't have swelling, but I would certainly have it checked out and see, is she on any medications? I need all that information to give you a better, understanding as to what's going on. But I always, if that was the case without any other symptoms, I used to look at the thyroid and microcirculation, okay? And I love Navitol for that, by the way. Lise. Dr. Martin, what are your thoughts on detox pack for heavy metals and parasites, helping curing kids and all adults with their condition? Well, Lise, I've said this, I'm going to say 1,000,000 times, but not that often, but very often. I don't care what you take as a detox. If you do not clean your liver, you cannot do a detox properly. Okay? Your body is a detox machine, especially the liver. Kidneys, lungs, yes. But the number one detox organ that you own is your liver. And you need your liver to function properly. In order for that to happen, you got to keep your liver clean, empty. So when you cut out sugar, when you cut out the crappy carbs, and your liver is not full of fat, because fat in the liver, remember, sugar, okay, and especially high fructose corn syrup, causes you to have a fatty liver. It's why even when I was in school in the 1970s, there was no such thing as fatty liver. We never even heard of the condition. But today, I mean, some have ventured to say that half the population have some form of fatty liver. Young people have it because they drink soda and they drink those sugary drinks and their liver gets packed up. Especially, the worst thing you can do is drink sugar. Okay? Sugar's bad enough, but when you drink it, it packs up the liver. So I don't care what kind of cleanse you do. If you do a cleanse and you haven't done emptying your liver, you are in trouble. I don't care what you take. You can take milk thistle. You can do whatever you feel like. But it doesn't matter if you don't clean your liver first. Okay? So the best thing you can do is do the reset. And what happens in the liver when you empty the fat from the liver? Okay? What happens? Well, now your liver produces glutathione. Glutathione is a Velcro-like substance that your body makes. And that will attach itself to heavy metals and toxins. So when I read, okay, about, do a detox, and here's something to do a detox, and they're usually trying to clean your bowel, okay? Or using certain supplements to impact the liver. Again, understand the basic foundation of a detox. You must empty your liver. Now, number two, one of the best detoxes you can do is what? Vitamin W, which is what? Water. Now, only water is water. You drink water, drink 2 liters of water a day, and your body detoxes. It's amazing. It washes out the toxins of your body, and that's where you keep your your kidneys going. H2O, okay? Those are things you should be doing every day, drinking at least 2 liters, 64 ounces of water every day, H2O, okay? And that'll flush the kidneys of your toxins. Okay, now, I like probiotics, especially the broad spectrum with L-rhamnosus, and which is part of our formula. We have L-rhamnosus and L-reuteri. Those are very good detox probiotics, those strains, okay? They're antifungal, antibacterial, and they help to chelate heavy metals. But at the end of the day, like I said, you better keep your liver clean. It won't work without keeping the liver clean. Thanks. That was Lise. Kathy, cast iron. My ferritin is high. Look, I always like cast iron in pans in terms of cooking. It's good for you if you have low ferritin. If you have high ferritin, that's your insulin. That's your liver. Okay? Kathy? And changing pans ain't going to help that. You got to empty that liver and detox that liver. We see a lot of high ferritin. We see a lot of low ferritin too. Okay? Because people are not eating enough meat. And but when you have high ferritin, one of the biggest problems is fatty liver or insulin resistance or both of them. Okay? Thank you, Kathy, for that question. Maureen, should I stay close to polyunsaturated fats rather than saturated? Maureen, you've been duped. Don't be duped. If you listen to this program, you know that polyunsaturated fats, especially the seed oils, okay, go in the middle aisles of your grocery store. Those are terrible oils. And because what happened? You have to understand the history here. We're going back to the days of Procter & Gamble and Crisco. They convinced people that fat, okay, was bad for you. Fat gave you cholesterol. Fat made you fat. And they saw a piece of meat, like a steak with a lot of fat on it, and they go, that ain't good for you. They see bacon, and they go, look at all the fat. That's no good for you. But they were wrong. Right out of the gate, they were wrong. But we have a whole world, Maureen, that got duped. And because they've got the medicine wrong. They've got the biology wrong. They got the physiology wrong. It's wrong. Fat doesn't make you fat. Okay? So when you see butter, is that fat? Oh, that's a saturated fat. Yeah, and it's good for you. It's the best for you. You see an egg? There's a lot of fat in an egg, right? Yeah? Well, it's saturated. That means it's satisfied. That means it brings you all those fat-soluble vitamins, like vitamin A. Okay, they're talking about vitamin A again because of the measles outbreak in Texas, which gives me a migraine, by the way. So silly. Okay? Anyway, if your levels of vitamin A and vitamin D, okay, and in food, the only way you're going to get vitamin D in food is saturated fat. Butter, bacon, eggs, meat, and cheese. Why do you think I say that all the time? 'Cause it's good for you. And it'll never give you heart disease. It just can't. Because the whole cholesterol thing was a hoax. It was a scam. It was wrong right out of the gate. They were wrong about cholesterol and trying to lower it. That was the worst failed experiment, medical human experiment that ever happened. Was the whole thing about cholesterol and causing heart disease. And you know what? They were wrong. But guess what? Here we are in 2025, and it hasn't changed yet. Because in my opinion, it probably never will. And that is, it's so ingrained in medical school. It's so ingrained to the dietitians. It's so ingrained into the psyche of people. When you teach something, and you say it, and you say it, and you say it, and you say it, it's hard to undo that. Okay? But you have to understand that saturated fat, eggs, meat, and cheese, the fat in bacon is the same fat that you get in olive oil. I like olive oil, but I like bacon better. And it's better for you. Bacon got a bad rap. Why? Oh, it's full of saturated fat. It's terrible. It will kill you. It's going to elevate your cholesterol. You eat bacon, you're going to have a heart attack. Why is heart disease worse today than ever before? Because people got duped. People got duped. It wasn't true. It was never true. Anywho, you got me excited this morning. That was Maureen. Okay, Maureen? Thanks for the question. It allowed me to rant, which I did. Okay. Vicky. Oh, hold it. Is it Beverly? I just watched an infomercial with regards to my subject line above. What is it? The product is called Memory Wave. Apparently it activates your gamma with special sound waves. You know what, Bev? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Is it really going to be very good for you? I don't know. Okay? If you saw it on an infomercial, maybe it's good, maybe it isn't. I don't know. You see, for me, here's what I do, Bev. Okay? I do, or I recommend what I know. Somebody asked me about Memory Wave and it's supposed to do this or that. I'm not against it. I just don't know much about it. And here's what I know. You want a healthy brain? Here's what I know. The best thing you can ever do for your brain is to replace the brain and fill your brain with fat. Fat. Because if someone calls you fathead, take it as a compliment. Fat, your brain is made up of fat. Your brain is made up of a very specific fat. You know what it's called? DHA. Okay? High DHA. Okay? Hello, fathead. So when you eat an egg, good for your brain. You eat meat, good for your brain. You eat cheese, good for your brain. You eat fish, good for your brain. But I like, for me, and there's nothing better in my opinion for your memory, and that is taking high DHA. You know what? Go to the store, and I invite anybody to do it. Compare the amount of DHA in omega-3 capsules, because DHA is just, guys, you see it, 100 different cars on the road. True or false? Hondas, Maseratis, Chryslers, Fords. Well, omega-3, okay, and DHA is just another form of omega-3, but it's the best form. And I've been preaching this for 30 years or more. And if you want to get your brain, okay, there's no better than high DHA. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the other thing that you take care of in your brain is cut down on sugar. Not fat, but sugar. Because sugar is so toxic to your brain. It's the wrong fuel for your brain. Oh, Dr. Martin, your brain needs glucose. Well, you can have a piece of steak, and if your brain needs glucose, your body will turn steak into glucose. You don't want to be burning carbs for your brain. You want to be burning fat for your brain. Eggs, meat, and cheese. Got it? Got the memo? Merci beaucoup. And that was a good question, and that came out of, that was Beverly. And I don't know, again, about the memory wave thing. If you got information, send it to info@martinclinic.com. I will look at it. I promise. Okay? Vicky. Hi, Vicky. How are you? Does Dr. Martin trust beef liver capsules? Yeah, I think it's all right. I'd rather eat a steak than liver. But liver is so good for you, okay? And if they want to dry it out and put it into a powder, I got no problem with it, okay? I really don't. I'd rather you eat a steak, okay? And you know me, the number one food in the universe is steak, okay? Liver should be up there, but I don't like liver, okay? I mean, personally, It's because I don't like the taste of it. So that's why you don't hear me talking about, I'll talk about your liver rather than you eating liver. Because I'm a liver expert. But as far as eating liver, yeah, good for you. If you want to take the capsules, yes, they'd be good too, okay? But eat a steak, okay? Eat a steak. Eat a hamburger and leave the bun aside, okay? Then you get all those vitamins. You get all those minerals. You get all those amino acids. Okay. Okay, I got time for one more question here. Okay? And this comes from Joanna. Hi, Joanna. How are you? Can you get rid of pilonidal cysts? They're a cyst just above the butt. Okay? And you know what it is? It's an ingrown hair. And it becomes infected. And it ain't no fun. And I used to see it in the office. Probiotics, internally and externally. Okay, somebody asked me the other day, Dr. Martin, you talked about hemorrhoids. Okay, now a pilonidal cyst is not a hemorrhoid, but it's in the same location pretty well. Just crack of the butt there, okay? And the cyst, put oil of oregano on it, okay? Spray and pray or put it on a Q-tip and get right at that cyst with the oil of oregano. Make a little salve with oil of oregano and a little bit of powder. Open up a powder of the capsule of probiotic, the broad spectrum. Put it right on the cyst. And guess what, guys? It really does help. Okay? Now, you might have to be on antibiotics or whatever. If it really flares up, you can't fool around with that infection. Okay? And but if you take an antibiotic, remember, you better be on probiotics too. Okay? Now, the other part of that, because somebody asked about hemorrhoids. Okay? And we talked about it last week, but I'll just give you that formula again. Okay? You get a little bit of Vicks or mentholatum, okay? Okay, you know, remember Vicks? You know, and you put a little bit of the Vicks, a little bit of either coconut oil, even olive oil is fine, okay? Just a little mixture right on the hemorrhoid. It really does make a difference. Okay, guys, I got to shorten up the version today. We love you dearly. I didn't even think I was going to be able to do this program today, but hey, okay, we're on. Thank you very much. We'll continue this, and we love you guys dearly and sincerely. Thanks for all the questions. We appreciate it.